going, guys? Can you guys hear yourselves in your headphones?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, sick.
Not a good chord person compared to you.
Oh, it's all good.
I think I have the wrong mic on over there.
Oops.
Okay, how's it going?
Yeah.
good.
Okay, cool. We have all of the proper mics now. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Dude, your guys' set was sick.
Thank you.
That was so much fun. Do you guys
Yeah.
want to kind of just like introduce who you are and like what band you play in and all that stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm Ford. I play drums in Saint Heartbreak.
Tight.
I'm Gabi. I play bass in Saint Heartbreak.
Sick.
And I'm Julietta. I do vocals in Saint Heartbreak.
I'm John. I do guitar in Saint Heartbreak.
Dude, that's so sick.
We are all in the same band.
Hell yeah. Where are you guys from again? Where you guys like come out of?
We're
Valley.
from the San Fernando Valley.
Valley.
818.
Tight. So we
Trademark.
had a similar commute. I'm out in Simi Valley right now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So you guys have played on the radio before at KCSB, right? Just in different like bands and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Some of us have done some shows here at KXLU too. Some other places I can't remember.
That's it. Oh, you played on KXLU?
We didn't play live. We did do some guest appearances.
That's so sick. KXLU's tight.
I played a couple college. I've done here, UCLA, UCI, and in another band. I did Cal State Long Beach, but it was like strictly acoustic, so it was just her singer, and then we just like messed around. And the guy who hosted it, he was really into the game Yakuza, and talked
nice.
about Yakuza for like 10 minutes with like the bass player in the band. I was like, this is great. This is like really beautiful.
That's cool.
I've never played on any radio before,
Yeah.
on colleges or not.
Dude, so it's
but
your first time.
my first time
Hell
on the
yeah.
radio. Very excited.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you
so
for
much-
having us.
for
This
sure.
is magic.
Yeah, this is so much fun. I know that Gabi, you have a radio station, right?
Yeah, I do.
Or a radio show, sorry.
Yeah, I have a radio show. It's on Moonglow Radio. It's online DIY radio, and it's airing tonight actually at 8 p.m. So tune in at moonglowradio.net.
Sick. I actually collabed with Moonglow like right when they started. They weren't a radio station yet. This is a long time ago.
Wow.
But like in COVID, they did like a virtual festival or something like
Yes, I remember that. I wasn't a part of it yet, but I do remember when that happened, and
Yeah.
I thought that's cool.
that. I let them use like my Twitch channel and stuff when I was like also doing like live stream
Wow.
shows or whatever. But yeah, sick.
Worlds collide.
Yeah, I think they're really cool. Anyways, guys, do you want to talk about your band? I know you guys played in like other bands. Do you want to briefly mention what your other bands were too, just quickly, and then we can chat more about
Yeah.
Saint Heartbreak?
I played in a lot of bands, but mainly I've played with Young Lovers. I've played with Shunkon, and I guess like I'm trying to think. I've done like one-off things. You know, you play drums, and just people are like, "Hey, man, you want to play drums?"
Yeah.
For this like one show like tomorrow. And I guess the other notable band would be like Crescendo. Those are like the big three outside
Nice.
of this band. Yeah.
That's cool.
I've played in various bands throughout my life, but I guess like the prior to this one, the main one was with Gabi. It was called Ghost Noise with our friend Josh. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost Noise was like the main one we did a long time.
Yeah, shout out to Josh if you're listening in Nashville.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Ghost Noise is really cool. That was actually the first tape I ever bought at a DIY show. Yeah, yeah. So that band, I don't know, it's like interesting
This is
because
like
it's like,
Nardwuar or something.
I know. Yeah, it's like interesting because like that was like the first time I started going to just like local DIY shows, and I was like, oh, there's one in Simi, like let's go to this.
And the show at the bookstore that Nick booked. Our
Yeah,
friend Nick
and
Ryden.
Nick, and it's funny because Nick was also the first person I ever had do a live in studio in here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Shout out to Nick.
Wow, full
Yeah.
circle, worlds collide, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, that's so sick. So you guys are doing Saint Heartbreak now. When did you guys start? Are you guys relatively new, or like when did you start playing?
We started at the end of like 2018, really like end of 2018, beginning of 2019, and then kind of didn't get to do anything for 2020. So we
For obvious reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for obvious
yeah.
reasons. Don't need to state. So yeah, since October of 2018.
Oh wow! So you guys have been playing for quite a while now. That's
Yeah,
sick.
we've had lots of time to simmer and
Yeah.
boil.
That's sick. So I guess like how did you guys start? Like I know you guys were doing Ghost Noise for a while. How did that end? And then when did you decide to start something new?
Yeah, so we ended around the time that this band started. We were just about to release our final album, and we kind of decided we were gonna just like call it a quits because we had different like ideas of what we wanted to do and stuff like that. And it's all good. We put out that album, and then we were just kind of like joking around about like jamming together on a new project, and then we were joking around with Julie on jamming on that project. Like our dad was kind of like, you should all do it together.
Yes, we're sisters.
Yeah, Julie and I are related. We are blood sisters.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
So our dad is kind of he kind of
shout
meddled in
out
that.
Dad.
Yeah, shout out Dad. It was his birthday yesterday. Happy belated birthday, Dad. He's listening right now
So
at his
sick.
party. So
Amazing.
that's really awesome.
But yeah, like I never wanted to be in a band. Gabi has tried to like weasel me into doing this for a long time.
I always tried to like coerce her.
And I was like, no, I can never.
But it's so cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now we've just been doing it for this whole time, and
That's
I love
amazing.
it. It's my favorite thing. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sick. I guess like, what are your guys' like, I guess like songwriting? Where do you guys all like? What's your guys' place in the band? Like, how do you guys like write stuff? How do you guys come up with ideas and everything? Like, how does that work?
So now that we're all like a 4-piece unit, like we've solidified that, we do jam together, and that process is sort of like, right now we're in the process of finishing our first album, but we're also kind of jamming on new ideas for a potential second release.
Yeah.
But prior to that, like John and I, we've always jammed together and like come up with like, just melodies, like parts and stuff like that. This time Julie has been like she's done all the lyrics herself. She's like the sole lyric writer in this band.
Oh, sick. That's
so
cool.
that's all her.
Thank you.
And Ford does all his own stuff too. Like, and I love everything Ford does.
Yeah, we live for
Ford is the best
Yeah.
drummer.
There was a previous drummer, Rachel, and I mean, like, all of her stuff was like fine and good. I'd seen them play once pre-pandemic, and I was like, yo, everything's like in the right place. And then when they asked me to join the band, I was like, it's all there. I don't need to change like anything really. I just gotta like polish it as much as I can. And so that was like a big focus. There was a couple songs, like the last song we played live. I wouldn't say I like took charge in that one. That's like way too assertive, but like I was like in the Philippines, and Gabi texted me like, "Hey, dude, you want to join the band? Like when you get back?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm so down. I brought a practice pad. I'm gonna learn all these songs here in my room with like the AC blasting. It's way too hot here."
Yeah.
And that last song, Week Before June, it had a way different vibe before, and I was like, oh, can I do like something really crazy with it? Like when I get back and finally jam with you guys, they're like, yeah, sure. So yeah, the band is super collaborative. If there's anything with me and like any of the writing we've done, it's definitely just like the polish and maybe some arrangement stuff where we'll like play songs a bunch. And I'm like, what if we did this instead? What if we did this X amount? Just like really minor stuff. But Twisted Web is one of those songs where like,
Cool.
like, oh, what if we just like, I don't know, my whole thing was indie sleaze as like half a joke, but I was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if this was like kind of American Apparel-y? and we like worked on it for a while, and we finally got to a place where we were really happy with
Disco
it. So,
Yeah,
pants.
that's it.
yeah, I was like, yeah, just something really goofy.
Yeah.
American Apparel, I don't know, like the long sleeve, like
But like
Yeah.
goofy is
Jacket.
like what makes you feel something.
Yeah.
Makes you smile, and that will like transpire into something
Yeah.
that's way
Yeah.
cooler than what we're describing. Like maybe I don't want disco pants. To
Yeah,
come back.
no. They had a really hot time. Like 07 to like 2011.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like you can stay
Not
there.
ready.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So I guess how are you coming up with like lyrics and stuff?
So yeah, like I really like to wait to hear like what ideas Gabi and John have. Like, it started just the three of us, so that's how I started. This is my first time ever writing lyrics at this capacity. So just like hearing what they come up with, being able to pick out like an earworm, something that I like, and then usually I'll have like notes app, like sad girl shit. We all have like the
Hell
excuse
yeah.
me, oh my god. Oh
Sorry,
no, we're on the
happens.
air. I tried so hard, sorry. Okay, so yeah, usually I try to just like go through the notes app, we all have it, and see what like fits certain vibes. Like I feel like our album is gonna be like a really even split of kind of like moodier songs and like more upbeat songs, and that's kind of like what my writing style is as well. It's like a little bit dumb, a little bit like silly, but then also like, upsetting.
Yeah, that's sick.
Upsetting.
Real quickly, also we just premiered one of your new tracks. Do you guys want to talk about that real quick too?
Oh yeah, again, indie sleaze was like my
But
guide, but it started out way different.
It's so funny,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's it called, by the way, real quick?
Twisted Web.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mikey who
Yes,
recorded
yeah,
it.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Mikey Makapagal.
Yeah.
Yes, you are
Mikey
the best.
Makapagal, you
Yes.
rock.
Yes, we love Mikey. We're all longtime old friends as well.
Yeah, we've
including
known Mikey and Ford. I've known Mikey and Ford since high school, and John has known Mikey and Ford since I was also in high school, but before that too. And Julie, through me, knew
Just,
everybody.
yeah, being baby sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when we originally wrote that one, like that was what I called like my MCR song. Like it felt like Gerard Way maybe should be singing it.
Yeah.
So like that's how it started for me.
Yeah.
It's taken a turn. But
Yeah, that was so. I remember you told me that, and I was like, okay, we could like pivot the indie. It's like same era, like
Yeah.
indie sleaze and MCR. It's like the
same
same
era,
like,
different stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like next to each other.
Different
like,
malls entirely.
At the Topanga Mall. No, no. So yeah. So there's that like sort of B section in the song where I think when we were like working on it and talking about it, I was like, oh yeah, no, this is like, how do we make this feel like MCR? And I'm like, oh, don't worry, just play. I got this guy. And then it was like those like kind of rollier.
Yeah. Shout
the
out
tom stuff.
MCR. You're not our only influence, but at least for that song.
It's a bit,
you
yeah.
were.
and again, indie sleaze, just
Yeah.
like anything that might have played at American Apparel.
Yeah.
That's all I was
don't know.
thinking about.
Gerard Way's an Aries, and so am I. So I feel like I really
Oh,
resonate with him
you guys
on
are
that.
definitely kin.
On
Yeah,
that level.
yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know, lyrically too, like, I am realizing I turned 25 this year and I wrote most of the lyrics on this album, like, when I was, like, 21, I think, turning 22.
Oh, wow.
And that's not that long ago, but, like, you know, things are different. Like,
Yeah.
this is definitely, like, hard, you know, yeah, like, taking on a different time. It's just kind of really moody, like, 19-year-old vibe.
Yeah.
So,
I can see.
yeah.
That's fun though. Real quick, I want to ask exactly like what is indie sleaze? I see that word on TikTok.
Oh,
I don't
man.
really know what it means.
It's a vibe.
Yeah,
It's like-
it was like indie music from like 05 to like 2012 that
Yeah,
was
like,
like vaguely disco inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
like,
it was
some-
like New York dudes trying to write like disco, like sexy songs, but they like all did not shower
And
and
the
like didn't
Cobras.
really.
Cobra Snake.
Cobra
Snake.
Cobra Snake, the photographer.
Yeah,
like,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
and like that kind of
Yes.
just like sweaty,
Uh-huh.
greasy, like, you know, hairy chest,
Glitter.
trucker hat, gold
Yeah.
chain,
Oh,
shutter shades,
I
like,
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vice, early Vice.
Yeah.
Oh,
photography.
but yeah, yeah,
flash
yeah, yeah.
American Apparel
photography,
did that.
like flash
Right.
photography
Yeah.
on digital
like,
cams.
like
just-
hipster runoff.
Yeah.
Like, this is
I
what
see.
I love
Like,
to talk about.
like not to like date myself or anything, but like there, again, it's a whole thing, and it was something like even at the time I couldn't even put a name on. It was
Did we
just
say
like,
LCD sound system already?
yeah.
oh, we did,
Yeah,
but like,
like
early
LCD
LCD,
sounds
like
system.
Right,
like
yeah.
all the stuff that sprouted
Chick,
around
chick, chick.
LCD,
Yeah.
chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like bands like Libertines kind of did
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it a little bit.
absolutely.
Right.
Definitely.
Again, yeah.
And like Bloghouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's also
Yeah,
part
it's
of
all
it.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my guide for like trying to arrange the songs and like kind of figure out something on drums. So like that really kind of syncopated stuff. But like I try to mix it up as much as I can. Like even from when those drums are recorded, I've like changed it for some of the live stuff. Still in the same arena of just like different like open hi-hat
Yeah.
stuff that's like
And,
really
like-
goofy and dancey, dancey.
That like reference also makes me really happy because like Yeah Yeahs and Karen O were like one of my first like influences when I was like 15 trying to write like little lyrics, you know, like little words in a
Yeah.
notebook. You know, and like she has like kind of a very similar like vocal register to me, so like I love that can kind of be part of this, you know,
Yeah.
this project because it means so much to me.
That's so cool. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of the show here. Where can people keep up with all things Saint Heartbreak?
At
Instagram.
so Instagram at Saint Heartbreak Band. Same thing with Bandcamp, just like Saint Heartbreak Band, like .bandcamp.com or something like that.
Yeah.
Or just search it in the Bandcamp search thing.
We're trying really hard to keep stuff
Yeah.
like, you know, so that people don't forget. Like
And-
it's
Yeah.
hard to record an album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Twisted Web should be up on like all streaming platforms like really soon. We did like publish it. It just takes a few days for it to go on everything. But yeah, soon.
Soon.
Tight.
Yes.
Oh, real quickly, I forgot I wanted to ask you this. You guys just went on tour, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How was that? Like,
Oh,
give it to me in like a
cool.
minute.
It was
Yeah.
fun. This was Julie's first time out. We like literally crossed the state border from California to Washington, and she just like cried.
Yeah.
Like it took us a couple days. We had a bunch of stops. She was like crying, and I was like, "Yeah, I've been on tour a couple times. The three of us here, we've been on this route a couple times.
Yeah.
This is Julie's first time. We tried to eat crazy stuff.
We got
It was
Dutch
awesome.
Bros.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
And I took I made like a TikTok video every single day for it. So, but I
Dude,
just want to
that's
quickly
dope.
say that like John planned that whole dang
Yeah,
thing.
shouts out
Like
John.
he
Shout out
emailed
to John.
everybody. He like literally was the tour planner. So
Yeah.
he made
Yeah.
the binder, everything.
We all did.
Yeah,
So, like, we
you know,
didn't
credit
know
where
we
credit
had a
is due.
tour until 2 weeks before, like 2.5 weeks
Yeah,
before.
it
Like,
came
we're like,
so
we like
fast.
It's crazy.
in like springtime. We're like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to be touring in July? Like, yeah, we'll put some feelers out, and no one got back to us until like June 31st.
Damn.
And so we're like, well, I guess we're going on tour. And so we went on tour.
Pretty amazing.
The car you saw us pull up in, I did the maintenance on it. We
Nice.
like negotiate like, hey, we can't bring all of our drums, but like if you have drum set, we can play a show. So
Yeah.
we did that. Had our own gear. Oh, we also had a place to sleep every night because of John's mom.
Yeah,
Yes.
shout out John's mom.
Yeah,
Shout out Donna.
Donna.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, she had like travel
Endless
points
thanks.
that she turned into
She
like
came
motel
through.
stays.
Dude, that's sick.
So
through so
I don't know. I've been on
hard.
tours where I've like slept on floors. I've slept in like vans.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was a beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful experience.
John and I have roughed it before too. This was
Yeah.
really nice.
So
Yeah,
like
that's cool.
we had like
I feel very spoiled for it being my first time, but yeah, it was very emotional and magical, and I was so thankful to have these people to do it with because they are so well seasoned, and they've been really great guides for me in this process of being in a band.
That's awesome.
Learning how to be in a band.
That's so cool.
Could I quickly give a shout out to somebody
Do
who
it.
asked me? Shout out to my girl Flor in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I love you, girl. Big kiss to you. Also, shout out to my besties at Foothill Wellness Center, my fellow bud tenders. I know you guys are working hard today. I hope you're getting tons of tips. I love you guys.
That is so sick. That was dope. Hopefully one day I can go on tour too. That's also sick. All right, so we have one question left. It's kind of the biggest of the show. We have like a minute left, but everybody has to answer it.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, a rat is going to jump into your mouth. Do you want this rat to jump into your mouth head first or butt first, and why?
Head first.
Also, head first.
Okay.
butt first, so it feels like I'm a Power Ranger, and he's like controlling. the
Dude,
dog.
that's probably one of the sickest I've got. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
dope. Type.
John.
I think head first because I feel like I could negotiate with him better.
Right.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's what I'm thinking too. I could pull it out, look it in its eyes, and be like, no.
Yeah, you already have the tail, the perfect thing to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yank out.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, that is probably those are some of the sickest answers I think I've ever gotten on this question. That's tight. And I
You're
love how just
prepared.
like, that was so fast. Like you guys just thought of that on
You
the
said
spot.
we had
That's
1
tight.
minute, dude.
I know, dude. That's tight.
Yeah,
We're
not an SAT
professionals. We're
question,
professionals.
Well, it's about 6 p.m. here. This is the end of tonight's episode. This is TBD here on KCSB FM 91.9 in Santa Barbara, netnetradio.com out of Tijuana. This is our guest, Saint Heartbreak. Be sure to find them on Bandcamp and Instagram. Go to their shows and stuff. Thanks for being here, guys. That was fun.
Yeah,
Thank you.
for having us.
Hell yeah.
So fun.